Hello Serverside Gaming, my name is Shino775 and I'm bringing you some Twisted Metal gameplay. Now this is just regular free-for-all deathmatch on Black Rock Stadium, and the main cars I use in this one I believe are Meat Wagon and Outlaw. Now I know this is a bit different than what you're used to seeing from me, and most of you are used to seeing the 3D Game Hero Let's Play, but I was thinking bringing out a bit something different, bringing some more variety to Serverside Gaming. And what better way to go and bring out some Twisted Metal. Now, I've been a big fan of Twisted Metal ever since, practically Twisted Metal 1, actually. I've played practically every single one, and beaten every single one, actually. And this one is a great addition to it. It hasn't even really strayed away from the original. It still has the great fighting mechanics, strategic, there we go. You can never get that word out for some reason. It has some great strategic aspects to it, and it's still as fast-paced as ever. Now there's still some crazy stuff that can go on in this, and you just gotta watch your back all the time and just try to at least get the first place. I don't really get first place in this one. I get 7th place, and this was actually I think my second game of the night when I was playing, so it wasn't really too good. I was still kind of adjusting. I haven't really played this game in a while actually, which is kind of surprising because since I'm a huge fan, I'm really surprised I haven't really decided to go and play this game more. But yeah, again, that's aside from the point, I guess. Now, I highly recommend that a lot of people try this game. If you have a PS3 and have a few bucks that you can, maybe willing to spend, or probably even rent, it's a great addition to put into your arsenal, and it's pretty fast-paced and pretty strategic, if I could say so myself. Now, let's see. There are many other different arenas and different cars and all this different stuff that you can choose, and they all have their differences and their similarities, and it's all just what it's preference to. For cars wise, I like Outlaw. It's a good beginning car, very strong, it has a decent speed, decent damage rate for weapons, and yeah, it's just a really good one to use. And then there's other cars such as the Reaper, which is a motorcycle, and that one you have to be a bit more strategic because you are the weakest one and you are the fastest one, so it might be a bit hard to control. But as long as you can actually manage to get your attacks on, head on, or even be a bit more strategic about it, you'll be able to do very well with this. Such as the special it has is a chainsaw, and if you charge up the chainsaw, you can end up dealing about half health to most enemies, even the strongest ones. So as long as you're able to do that and be able to get it strategically done, you can easily go and beat all these characters. But again, this game is actually pretty balanced in itself. There's not one character that's stronger than another. You just have to be able to damage one person to a point, or be able to find where exactly they're going to go and get exactly enough damage to go and take them out and all that good stuff. So there's just a lot of the strategic factor in here, as much as the fast-paced action. And as you guys can see, you can actually still get assists on here. It's not like Call of Duty where if you kill the guy or you're close to killing the guy and somebody else takes a kill, you don't get points for it. You actually get points for this. If you deal a lot of damage to it, you'll get a lot more points, but you still don't get the kill to your scoreboard. And honestly, it was actually pretty fun playing with these randoms. They all had their own little different strategies and different cars to use. I just mainly stuck with this one because I know it well, and it's very fast-paced, like I said. So it's not too different to get used to, and it's not too hard to actually maneuver. And yeah, a lot of these cars, they have their own little quirks and balances. There's Axel right there, and I believe that was Warthog. But honestly, like I said, any car you can actually get used to. It just takes some time, and you can honestly also do ram damage. You just gotta have enough speed to go and actually get some damage on them. And other cars don't really do that. Axel doesn't really do that. Reaper doesn't really do that either. And just these big cars, it's mainly focuses on ram damage than actual weapon damage. But if you can manage to do all that, it's actually a pretty easy thing to do, I would say. And let's see, what else did I want to go and talk about? I don't really have anything prepared for this. I'm just kind of giving you all a quick little overview on this game. let's see what else. The storyline. Yes, the storyline has changed up quite a bit from the older ones. The older ones weren't as dark as they were now. Black really changed up how dark the storyline gets, and really they all have their own little quirks and balances for each character. Some characters have certain stories they are trying to get out, or certain wishes. And for those of you that don't really know the story with Twisted Metal, it's basically a demolition style tournament in which you compete to the death to get your wish granted by Calypso, who is the leader and I don't know what exactly you would call him, but he's just basically like the guy who runs Twisted Metal. And you just compete, and if you win the tournament, you get your wish granted. But the thing that happens is you get kind of it's a win-lose kind of situation. You get your wish, but it's not exactly what you wanted, because it'll screw you over somehow. Like there's ones where it's like, oh, I want to go and be the ruler of the world. Well, the world has already been destroyed by Twisted Metal, so you're the ruler of a destroyed world. And then there's something like this old guy, yeah, it's like he wishes to be young again, so Calypso makes him young, but he just made his head young and put him in a jar, so he's still dead, but he's young. And there's a whole bunch of different little little storylines that characters have, and just things that really get them, destroyed or get them killed or something stupid like that. But it's always been a kind of decent thing, because you kind of learn about the character as you go, and then you end up getting screwed over because of you didn't wish it properly or something. And it's just something like that. It's kind of like the genie wishes. You gotta just be really specific about how you're going with it. But every character has its own little trait. Until this one, there's only about like 3 characters you can use, and it just goes to all cars. And in the old ones, it was just character specific to each car. And there's things, well, of course there's Sweet Tooth, Mr. Grimm, and then you've got all these other random people that get put in and then put out, and it's all just differences, I guess. But in this one, they actually changed it up to just 3 characters, which is Dollface, Sweet Tooth, and Mr. Grimm. Or actually, no, there's 4 characters. It's Sweet Tooth, Mr. Grimm, Dollface, and the Preacher. But you don't really see the Preacher too much. You see him occasionally in the storyline, but you don't see him too much in the multiplayer or any of the other ones. But he is in there, and he does try to have at least a part in it. I haven't really seen much of him in the storyline. While he doesn't really have much of a difference or role in the game too much, it's kind of been shown that he's going to end up being a DLC character or something like that. Or there's going to be a DLC add-on to a storyline or something like that. I don't know. They're kind of sketchy on it. They had a whole lot of like epilogues that pointed to extra items or extra storyline or something. But I haven't really heard any word on it yet. But when it does come out, I'll be sure to bring out some good gameplay of that to, of course, Serverside and, of course, my channel. But I guess that's a bit aside from the point. Let's see. What else I just want to go and give a quick little overlay on. Well, there are different cars in this game. They brought back old cars, they brought back new cars. And before, in the older games, Outlaw used to just be like a regular car. A police car, not like this SUV. And then there was Mr. Slam, and he was a, let's see, what was he? He was a bulldozer, I believe. And he also had the claw attachment on there, where he'd go and grab cars and smash them to the ground and then throw them off. And then there was Thumper, who was a lowrider, and he had a shockwave attack. And then there was Thrasher, who was a monster truck, Grasshopper, who was actually Calypso's daughter. And for you that, for those of you that don't really know the storyline too much in detail, Calypso was in an accident with his family, and it ended up killing pretty much everybody in his family that was in the car crash, including him and his daughter and his wife. And he ended up stealing a demon's powers. I think it was like one of the the Grim Reaper's henchmen or something. And he ended up stealing his powers, and that's how he became Calypso, or something like that. It's kind of sketchy on it. I don't really remember too many of the details, but it was basically he stole a demon's powers, and that's basically how he got his powers from. And yeah. And then I believe it was number 2, or no, it was Head On. What was it? I can't remember right now. It was either number 2 or Head On that it ended up, where they ended up getting Grasshopper to go and win the Twisted Metal contest. But I'm not really going to delve too deep into it because the gameplay is almost up. So I'd like to say thank you for listening to my ramblings on Twisted Metal. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope you're enjoying all the other good stuff that Serverside is bringing out. And until the next one, guys, I will see you later, and have a good day.